everyone, Gilligan Kruger 0829 here, and welcome to the final day of my Prometheus movie series marathon review. I have with me special guest, GreyXNinja. Alright, we both saw Prometheus at midnight, just right before the weekend, and we're here to give our reviews. So, essentially these double reviews are going to work. I'll give a quick little plot synopsis, then we'll talk about what we liked about the movie, what we didn't, and finally we'll sum it up with our star ratings. So, Prometheus, as you know, is the long-awaited return to the sci-fi world by Ridley Scott. It's been hyped up for years and years, ever since the last few Alien movies have been iffy. But how does this one measure up? Well, let's take a look. So, after an interesting sort of Dawn of Man segment where we see what appears to be a white, giant human, whatever that thing was, disappear, we cut to the distant future where we see our main two characters. We've got Elizabeth Shaw, played by Noomi Rapace, who you know from Sherlock Holmes 2 and the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy, and her boyfriend Charlie, played by Logan Marshall Green. See, they've discovered what they believe is the key to human civilization in the form of several little pictograms in archaeological ruins. And though, since this is an alien movie, we obviously have a huge jump a little bit into the future. We're in space and we meet the rest of our characters aboard the ship Prometheus, one of which includes android David, played by Michael Fassbender. We also meet the leader of the crew, Meredith Vickers, played by Charlize Theron. So they land on the new planet known as LV-223, and they decide to start exploring, scientific expedition and whatnot. But, as you can guess, with an alien movie, things quickly go wrong, and the rest of the movie is science fiction hell, intense stuff. You know the drill. You've seen it before, but there are some new twists over. So, let's just get the question over that everyone's been saying. Is this an Alien prequel?
By all means, yeah, it's an Alien prequel.
Yeah, definitely. I guess, in a way, you could probably say there are a few little ifs and turns there, since technically they're on different planets, but yeah, I'm sure they'll find ways to connect that. So, Ninja, we'll start with you. What did you like about this movie?
Well, I liked, you know, it kind of separated itself from Alien, but at the same time, it kind of kept together with it. You know, it kind of, Prometheus kind of stands alone as its own movie, because it has different characters, different settings, like everything about it is just different from like the first Alien, except like, you know, the actual aliens. So I mean, like, it was pretty original too. I really liked that. Yeah,
we don't have any of the characters from the original movies, and that is a plus to this. Like, the characters are very different. Like, our main character, Shaw, played by Rapace, as I said before, she's not really Ripley, but I don't think she's supposed to be. She's got this different tone on her. Like, with Ripley was sort of the heroic heroine character. This character I kind of got as more like a giddy schoolgirl that is really kind of enjoying all these new discoveries. And you got the rest of the cast, which is really interesting. Michael Fassbender, I think, could probably win an Oscar for this role. He was fantastic.
Which one was he?
He was the android.
Oh, I didn't like the android.
Oh, well, it was a good performance.
Yeah, it was a great performance, no doubt. But.
Yeah, well, we won't spoil as to why. Trust me, if you see the movie, you'll understand his viewpoints on this. But in addition to that, the movie is beautiful. It really is. Mm-hmm. Even though mostly it takes place on barren planets, there's this real sort of depth sense to it. And what I find it ironic is this movie, you can see you can see traces of movie that influenced the original Alien, like 2001, but you can also see traces of movies that Alien has since influenced. Like, there are bits from Avatar and Sunshine and whatnot, and that was really clever. And it is an intense movie.
Oh, yeah.
There are some pretty crazy scenes in this movie because, yeah, if you thought the chestburster scene from the first Alien was crazy, there's something that very closely matches this about halfway through.
Yeah, when they get the ball rolling, man, it gets intense. Like,
yeah, you may very well be squirming. Actually, you know what, scratch that. You will be squirming in this movie. You know what scene we'll be talking about when you go to see it. Like, we're trying not to spoil anything, but let's just say scene. Hard to put it into words. But, yeah, so it is a pretty intense scene, and movies in general, I think, go by this. And what else to say about it? That pretty much sums up our pluses on the film. Anything you didn't like about the movie?
I like David.
Oh. Other than that.
I was trying to think about this on the way over here. Things I didn't like, but I really liked all of it. I mean, it's a really solid sci-fi film. Like, the only thing I could have maybe one complaint about is, like, maybe there could have been more alien killing.
Yeah. This movie is a little bit more based on kind of the mythology and the setting up the worlds to it, which is why I personally think, instead of saying that this is a flat-out prequel, I see this as more of like what could be part one of a series of prequels. Maybe have one more movie. In fact, Scott has said he'd happily come back and direct another one. Would you see another one if Scott was directing?
They're leave it open to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Possibility.
I think if I had to nitpick on one thing, personally, it's that there were a few things in this movie that I thought kind of weren't explained all too well. Like, there was a point where we have one of the characters that we saw die, or at least we thought he died in an earlier scene, seems to come back and starts ravaging the crew. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? But yeah, overall, yes, this is a short review, but I really enjoyed the movie, and as you can guess, Ninja and I have similar views, so the star ratings, 0 to 5, what would you give this movie?
I don't want to say 4.5, but so I'll just say 5.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to give it 4.5, just for those little nitpickings, but I think either way it's rounded up, pretty high score. I think this is a really good film to come back to after so many years away from it. And, yep, that pretty much sums it up. We both really liked it. We hope you all enjoyed it. And that's the end of the Alien series review. You can find all my reviews on my YouTube channel. If you have a movie you'd like me to review, comment on this video or on my channel. Subscribe if you like. And until next time, peace.